Aloha guys, and welcome to Hawaiian Top Team Media. Today we're here on the beautiful north shore of Oahu at Sunset Beach Jiu-Jitsu. I'm with #1 BJJ influencer, author of over 21 books, and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, Gary Costa.
And infamously known to you guys as Kid Peligro. Professor, it's an honor.
My honor.
Mahalo. All right.
Watch this, sweat it out now. Run that train, sweat it out now. Run that train, sweat it out now. Run that train, sweat it out now. Watch this, sweat it out now.
So where did the nickname Kid Peligro come from?
Well, it came, actually a friend of mine that his brother introduced me to jiu-jitsu. His brother's name is Carlos Gama, and my friend Felipe Gama, he was a purple belt at the time. And we trained a lot together. And I was the worst guy in the class, you know, so it used to be the joke, you know, go beat him up, Kid Peligro, dangerous kid. And then one time my wife just reminded me this, that somehow I caught him with a footlock or whatever, and he goes, oh, Kid Peligro. And then he stopped, dangerous kid. But it was mostly because everybody used to beat me up.
Yeah, it's kind of like a Ginastica Gracie story, huh?
Yeah, especially him. He was my, man. Paid a lot of dues with him.
Well, let's talk about your lineage, because are there ever any times where you kind of just sit back and you just think about, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it's Matsuyo Maeda, Carlos Gracie, Julio Gracie, and Euler Gracie.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Do you ever sit back and just like, man, like the impact of that lineage alone?
Oh, yeah.
Guys would kill for that.
Oh, yeah. No, it's, man, you know, you just go to Rio and be at the Gracie Academy where all, you know, that didn't start there, but that's where the Grandmaster used to go, and he used to come in every Tuesday or Wednesday and just hang out. And I used to go to Rio, spend like a month and a half, spend the whole time in the gym. And then Euler, you know, Master Euler, he's incredible. So I'm a 4th degree under him, and you know, it really is incredible to be under those guys.
So where did your journey into BJJ begin?
In San Diego.
In San Diego.
There's actually nobody in San Diego teaching. There was Nelson Montero had was teaching at a garage, and
so this is late 80s, early 90s.
Early 90s, before first UFC, 91, something like that. So we used to go to Encinitas to Nelson's garage and take classes there, and then right away, my friend Felipe, who nicknamed me Kid, said, we gotta go see Rickson. And, you know, he's in Laguna Niguel, and I mean, the first time I went there, I just went, whoa. You know, he was teaching at a Laguna Niguel racket club and had like a gym space, or at one point it was inside a racquetball court.
Yeah.
And he used to teach classes all day on Tuesdays, and I kept going every Tuesday, spend the whole day with them. You know, and he had a booked schedule. Like, you couldn't get in the schedule, and I'd just stay there and hope that somebody would not show up.
Yeah, drop out, slide in there.
Or else, you know, Luis Limon from Maui, he was Rickson's assistant instructor forever. We would train and he would teach me. But I'd be just like a vulture hoping for, you know, somebody to drop.
Wow, that's commitment right there.
Yeah, that was commitment. And then when the UFC broke out, Rickson started going more to Japan, and he started helping Hoist at first UFCs, and he moved to Santa Monica. I went, oh my gosh. So then I drive to Santa Monica. Yeah, that was like, and then Rickson got too busy, and I said, well, who should I train? He said, my brother Euler, you know, is the next one that I like. Hoist as well, but Hoist was too busy.
Yeah.
So then I would be going to Brazil. And in the meantime, I trained at different gyms in San Diego, you know, just to have places to train and stuff. But a lot of my learning, especially the early years, was Rickson and then Euler. You know, just so I would travel to Brazil. Me and my wife would go, and they had Felipe and Carlos had a 7 in the morning class. So I'd wake up, go to that class, and then watch privates all day till noon. Try to get a space. Sometimes I get a space. Then go home, eat, sleep, go back at 4.
Yeah.
And then they have the afternoon classes, and till like 9 or 10. It was like living in the gym.
So you knew something was magical about BJJ because this was before BJJ was really a thing anywhere.
Yeah. No, it was like, because I did other martial arts. I did karate, and karate is super great, but I mean, I never felt that if I fought somebody bigger that I could, I got lucky. Because at times, even sparring with people, they would hit me and I'd bounce off the walls. And I said, man, if they can hit me and I bounce off the wall and I'm okay, I hit them, they're not even gonna flinch, you know. And then jiu-jitsu, you felt the power, the leverage, the knowledge, and especially, man, I remember my first lesson with Hickson, and my wife went with me because it was an hour. Or actually, I went with Felipe. Sorry, yeah, I went with Felipe, and it was like, I couldn't even think afterwards because a choke is a choke and a takedown is a takedown, but he had like details that just made everything work no matter what. And then, at least my perception, anything I learned from him, it was mine after, and I knew, I trusted that it would work.
Yeah, substantial.
Substantial belief,
Yeah.
And man, there were like times we'd had class. I took privates from him and go group classes and stuff, but mostly privates. And we trained one time like a guard pass forever. And every time we go there, and then that thing to this day is my main guard pass. And it's just like, like full belief because
yeah,
it's worked and it works. And even against bigger guys, it works. And I'm not super agile or athletic, so I need to.
Pretty amazing that's kind of come full circle because guys I've talked to that you've trained with or you've trained, they say the same thing. It's like whenever he gives me something, it's like it's a tool it's a permanent tool.
Yeah.
Because we drill it, we learn it, we understand it. And it's something that like it's us now. It's a part of my
really.
game.
Yeah, that's kind of.
So that's amazing.
Yeah, I had to hear that because somehow I'm able to transmit a grain of what I learned from Hickson. Because he taught me so much, and then. It's just really an honor that I can transfer some of what I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Hoyler, my gosh, Hoyler too. They're different teaching styles. Hickson kind of makes you kind of understand what he wants, what you're supposed to do in details. And Hoyler, in a way, seems like he's just doing things. But he's so great. He's training with you. He shows you a position, teaches you, says this is important, this. And then you start rolling, and he just kind of keeps moving you into play without telling you. He moves his body so they're in the right position. If your hand's in the wrong position, he just go like this so the hand gets in the right position. And next thing you know, your mechanics are perfect.
Yeah.
Without you really, understanding what you're doing. Muscle memory. And it took me a while to really understand how he did it, because I guess, man, I learned from Euler so much, but it doesn't seem that he teaches me, And then I watch him do it with other people. I go, oh my gosh, that's how he does. He just keeps adjusting himself and you, without telling you anything,
Just making that artwork.
Yeah, that's really difficult. Yeah, that's really difficult.
So let's talk about this Ginastica Natural.
Yes.
So. Clearly, it's working for the surfers. I mean, you're turning some of the best surfers in the world even better, which seems impossible just with this alone. Yeah. But like the mechanics and the moves you get, do you have fighters coming in? Because I feel like that would be something that fighters should take advantage of.
Ginastica Natural was actually created by Hawes Gracie. He's now a Hickson Gracie black belt. So it was initially for jiu-jitsu. So there's a lot of movements where just like training without a partner, or when training with a partner, you could train jiu-jitsu positions. And then over the years, he's a genius. Alvaro Romano, Master Alvaro Romano. He just developed more and more and more. And then I was fortunate enough to know him since we were 17. And then in time, I took, again, a lot of training with him, a lot of privates, a lot of training groups and stuff. And I learned quite a bit. And then coming to the North Shore of Hawaii and training people. As a matter of fact, the first person I trained really was Sonny Garcia.
Right?
Yeah. Sonny was living in San Diego. He had some, he was staying there, and we would train quite a bit. And then he came to Hawaii for the first time in a while because he'd been away, and trained him. And he went out, and he hadn't surfed because there all things going on. He went out in a contest. There was a XL Pro or the HIC Pro at the time. I don't know which name it was. First wave he got, he did this crazy turn, got like an 8 or a 9 power, and then he came in after the heat. He said, "I've never done a turn like that in my life." I go, "Whoa, that's good to know." You know that. So then Fred Patacha saw us talking training, and Freddie said, "Okay, kid, when we're gonna start training?" I said, "Oh, let's go." So let's go. So then Sonny, I trained Sonny, and then I started training Freddie. And Freddie, at the time, coincided, he was kind of like on a little bit of a, I would like to say downward in the...
Towards the tail end of his career, yeah.
Well, no, he was still in the career, but he was kind of like a little unmotivated, and we hit it off, and he was training, and he started getting really good shape and really good. And at the time, Martin Potter used to call him the fittest man on tour. And then got a lot of exposure for me, you know, because he said, train Kid Peligro. And the results came, and Freddie just hit stride, and then it just kind of went on and on. But yeah, nowadays I train a lot of the best, and somehow they keep getting better.
Well, it works great because surfing and jiu-jitsu, I mean, those are two things, like, you know, the wave doesn't lie, the mat doesn't lie. Like, those are two things that just, you know, they're so connected spiritually and physically.
And the fact that I teach and taught jiu-jitsu, and I wrote books about jiu-jitsu teaching, helps me teach these guys in Ginastica too, the communication, the mental aspects, all that is...
an unprecedented 16 books, mind you that.
You're wrong. 21.
Oh, 21. 21, brother. Oh.
I know, I lose count sometimes.
We're editing that out.
Wow. You know, yeah, 21. There's a lot of books.
Yeah.
A lot of books. But by having to put information in written form, I had to sort. So when I'm actually speaking to somebody, trying to teach somebody, it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
You know, so it was really, had to narrow down, condense, to go into a book, so somebody not seeing me could read and understand what I'm saying. So when I was with them, or with anybody, it was a lot easier.
Yeah.
So that helped a lot, and it helped a lot with Ginastica and with the surfers too, because the most important thing for anybody is to believe and have the connection. So if you come train with me and you don't believe in what I do, it's not gonna work. Yep. It's not gonna work. And then that ability to connect with a person.
And I believe that's why surfers and jiu-jitsu players come, because they're so open-minded, because they understand that there's so much out there that you're never going to be, even JJ Lawrence, you know, you see all the time, which is amazing.
That was part of the thing too with me, so I start training these guys, and I know Ginastica, but I can't surf like those guys.
Well, I've seen you surf.
Well, but not even.
Professor,
not even.
You can repeat up.
But I had to get feedback from them and understand and accept. So.
Well, and I think that's a big part of why your recent move here to Hawaii has been so impactful, because you just fit right in, because at a lot of schools you go to, a lot of academies, you have professors that are high maka, they get the attitude, it's like, well, I'm the professor, this will work, but you have that, you're one of them, you're one of us, you're Hawaiian, you're like, you know what, it doesn't work for you, try this. But it works for you, cool, let's try this, let's take this out, let's take that out. That's very uncommon in a lot of places, so that's like, your transition here to Hawaii has been nothing but
yeah, well, Hawaiian people, I don't know, man, they just kind of, you know, I just feel like I grew up here or something. There's a lot of like the energy, the aloha, you know, if you allow that aloha to come into your life, you start to understand what Hawaiians are all about.
Exactly.
You know, you give respect, you take care of people, you show love. I get chicken skin just talking about, but I'm here and I feel like I live here all my life, and the people here are amazing. Hawaiians are amazing. I try to do as much as I can to help Hawaiians, you know, in addition to, I try to help everybody, but I help, you know, because I feel so grateful to being here and to be accepted here and to be a part. You know, it's just, I can't tell you enough how much I love this place.
Well, you are definitely an honorary Hawaiian. You heard it here first. Peligro, honorary Hawaiian.
All right.
So, Professor Peligro, Kid Peligro, thank you so much for this.
Thank you so much.
Everybody, thank you for joining us here at Hawaiian Top Team. I'm Andy Hamana. Ahui ho. Awesome.
All right, Andy.
Thanks so much. Thank you. I'm so honored.
Sweat it out now. Run that track. Get it out now. Run that track. Get it out now. Run that track. Get it out now. Causing catastrophes. Lyrically, I'm focused. Hustling musically with my orchestrated opus. Come on, a classic. Welcome to the sequel of the Come on, a classic. IA logo on my Air Force classics. On the track, now watch this. Step the game up. Your flow needs practice. Another day in the state of HI. Eastside, Magnum PI. To the west side, Yokohama Riptide. Sky slipper to your backside. One love to my flips, reppin' PI. Now let's ride. Local boy always gotta stay fresh dressed. Slip a jacket chick, 808 trend set. Okay, I does it better than the best. Oak shade specs. Also beat bang like this. Sweat it out now.